second half that when Derek was on the bench, that 17 to whatever it was run, when basically all the buckets were guys that hadn't been big time scorers for you. How impactful and important can that be moving forward for those guys to see that success?
Yeah, it's huge, and Derek is, how important he is to our team, but he's had situations where he's gotten himself in foul trouble, and, we're going to have lineups out there that can go help us get through that time when Derek's on the bench, and, I think we scored 4 straight when Derek went out, and we tried different lineups. We went small, and obviously Key was having his way in some different high-low actions, so then we went big with Oleg, and that's hard. It's hard to do when you sit for 30-plus minutes and then have to go out and be asked to make a big impact. And you saw Oleg with no fear. He went in that first possession, drove it right to the basket on a nice seam, had a really good dive into the gap, and then had a really good, strong finish. So it's just, it's what it's all about for those guys, is being ready when your name's called. And, Denham played a different role than he's had and was very impactful in that win. Jamarcus gave us great minutes, and CJ and Casey in new roles, I thought, gave us great minutes as well. So just it's what it's all about, and I thought that was about, you talk a lot about a total team win, and I think that game against Ohio State was exactly what it was. Everybody that stepped on the floor scored. Everybody contributed in their own way, and we had to have it, obviously, in a one-possession game.
The other day, Denham said that Juwan has really been helping him as another coach on the bench. How have you kind of seen that manifest?
Yeah, that's one thing that I've really been pleased with this year. It's not only what Juwan is doing for a guy like Denham, but it's what Sam and Emmanuel and CJ are doing for Jamarcus, and those veteran guys that have been through it can help when, a guy may be getting lit up a little bit, maybe getting chewed out a little bit, is to keep their head, keep getting better, keep learning. There's nothing personal. There's a lot of constructive criticism that we give, and it's all about growing through those times. And our leadership this year I've been really pleased with. And you see, I think, how this team has really battled through adversity, and they've stayed resilient when things have gotten tough. I think that scoring drought we had the other day in the first half, where we couldn't get the ball in the basket, was a perfect example of that. We continued to guard. We continued to do things to keep us in that game, and then we went on that run in the second half and had one of our better offensive 20-minute performances that we've had in a long time. So, we learned a lot about, I think, why we had success in that second half. Our ball movement was terrific. Guys went out there, they screened, and they made the right plays and the right reads, and we hit a few shots. And, that obviously helps confidence and gets guys playing with a little bit of a swagger. But, yeah, Juwan has been great, and he will continue to do that. He's most likely going to have surgery next Wednesday. I think we've got a date now where he can get that shoulder fixed and on the path to getting 100% healthy again. So, again, Juwan, he's going to be asked to do things for this team, even though his impact on the floor won't be there. But, he can still lead. He can still talk about things from his experience and help our young guys out.
From an individual standpoint, Jalen Pickett, with everything that he does, how difficult of a matchup is it?
Yeah, Pickett he's one of the top players, not only in our league, but in the country, and he's so versatile. He's the guy that they're posting, and, they're just looking for matchups. If they don't think you can guard him, they're just going to say, we're going to pick on you, and we're going to take you down to the post, or we're going to get you on the perimeter and drive it past and see what you do as far as help and making adjustments. So, just his back downs in transition, they run a lot of the old pistol action where they get him coming off and get him in the post on a back down with shooting. Their top 5 scorers are all shooting over 39% from 3, and I think they're 42% as a team in league play, which is unbelievable. So, it all starts with Pickett. If he can get a matchup that they like, and you have to come and help and dig, he's finding those shooters, averaging almost 8 assists per game, 8 rebounds, and a very good scorer of the basketball. So just really impressed with him, and I think Micah does a great job getting him in positions where he can use his strengths.
I think they're 9-1 at home. You're going to be relying on a lot of young guys.
Yeah.
To kind of carry this thing on the road. What's the challenge there? I mean, just one, winning a Big Ten road game with young guys, and 2, that place in particular. What makes Bryce Jordan so difficult?
Yeah, it's their talent. I mean, they really have a team that is incredibly difficult to prepare for because of all the different weapons that they have on the floor. Everybody that's out there can make shots. They play different lineups. They play small. They play big, and they just put you in a bind based on matchups out there on the floor. They run a lot of the same open stuff that we run with the floor spread. They've got guys that really shoot the ball at a high level. It doesn't matter where you play them. I mean, they're a great team, and it's it's a long flight for us. It's an early game. We have to get ourselves going. It's important to get off to good starts when you play those matinee games, and I think you saw that in the Minnesota game. And there's a lot of runs. You got to find a way to play through that, especially on the road. The fact that we did get one on the road and in overtime hopefully gives us a little bit of confidence to know that we can do it. But these guys, I mean, that Indiana game, it was scary to watch. They made 18 threes in that game, and had a lot of other open looks that certainly could have made 22 or 23 of them. But they got guys that really shoot the ball at a high level, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. All right, guys, thank you. See you guys in Happy Valley.
I will be on my couch.